My name is Mike Foster, the Entrepreneur's Mentor, and welcome to my latest video snippet. My snippets are my thoughts to help you with your thoughts in the development of your own business. And this latest snippet is entitled, How Do You Interact? An effective interaction is something that I guess we strive for every single day with our customers, our prospects, our suppliers, our team, and any other stakeholders we have with our business. So do your prospects, do your customers expect from you a multi-channel interaction activity that you have with them for you and for your business? Now, your customers don't just purchase from you and that's it. They don't just keep buying because they've made that initial purchase from you. From my experience and observations of many businesses, some seem to forget about, I guess, their existing customers and continually to chase new business opportunities with their sales head on. And this is a common thing, particularly when a business is led by a sales-led person. Now, the customer journey doesn't have to end when your customer buys from you. Yes, they've completed the stages of the journey relating to awareness and consideration and then purchase, but it's not complete. What about the stages in terms of their retention and loyalty to become an advocate of your business? Now, I'm sure you've heard me saying that it costs more to win a new customer than it does to retain an existing customer. And some sources even quote that it costs you 5 times more to win a new customer than compared to retention. So what are you doing in terms of your relationships, your interactions, and your retention? Now, for sure, getting the customer to buy from you can be hard work, but for me, that's only part of the hard work that's needed. So how do you meet your relationship expectations of you and of your business? What interactions do your customers or your prospects desire with you, and what's their channel of preference in terms of how they would like to engage with you and keep that relationship? And how do you know? Well, I guess the best way is to complete your research and ask. Have a way of asking your prospect, asking your customers how they want to interact with you, so you can build on your gut feel, you can build on your experience, you can build on your knowledge and awareness. Now, that may be just part of an informed conversation that you have with a customer. It may be part of a formal survey that you have, but you do have to ask. Don't just assume that you know the best way to communicate, the best way in terms of building your relationship with your customer. Because if you assume, you probably know than my saying, in terms of it makes an ass out of you and me. So don't assume that it hasn't changed either, especially if your customer base has evolved. Additionally, I'm seeing that the pre-COVID customer will be very different to the post-COVID customer. Now, in the past, I've been surprised what my clients have told me. My clients have also been surprised what they've learned when they've asked their customers. And I've also been surprised by individuals' preferences, not actually being what I initially thought they would be. So in summary, each individual has a different view and a different expectation of you in your business. That may be related to their learning style, whether it's auditory, visual, etc., or it may be that the way that they interact. So it might be the devices or the platforms that they're using. So in my opinion, you can't just rely on one delivery channel to meet your customers' expectations. So as an example, I wanted to give you the various ways that I interact with my prospects and my customers as part of their customer journey. So I have blogs and ebooks. That's predominantly for those that like the written word, to keep informed, to be inspired and to be enthused. I've then got my knowledge base. That's for those that have questions and they want those questions answered. I have an app, and that's, of course, to meet the behavior of someone who likes to run their business on their smartphone. I've got a podcast and just launched a brand new podcast series, and that's for the listener that prefers the audio. I'm a co-host on a radio show, and that's for the listener that also likes audio, but perhaps in a more social way. Then there's my social media. Many of you will know that I love my social media. And that's for those that want to keep in touch, they want to receive valued information, but they want it in bite-sized chunks. What about your YouTube channel? For those that like to watch, maybe they want to vlog, or for me, it's like I run interviews and I share some tips like this. And what about your website? That's for those that are classed as the inquirer, those that wish to gather information, those that want to double check their understanding of what they've heard about you and your business, and I guess check on your credibility. And for your website, there's two primary types of visitors: those that like the words and those that like the visuals, the pictures and the videos. So how are you interacting effectively to build the relationship with those two different types of visitors if a website is one of the ways that you're interacting? What about questionnaires? I use questionnaires for those that I feel are inquisitive. I also have webinars and seminars. That's for those learners that want to learn something about you before progressing on their customer journey with you. I have Zoom calls. That's, I guess, someone who wants a simple and safe solution in the current pandemic. And telephone calls, those that want a quick response and that quickness to get an interaction and conversation with you. But it may be also just to have a change or a break from all the online stuff that's going on right now. And when we can, a simple interaction tool is a meeting with a coffee for those that enjoy that face-to-face interaction. So that's just some of the examples that I wanted to share with how I interact with my prospects and my clients. So as always, I hope that snippet's of interest. It's been thought-provoking and of course useful. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and next time I release a new video, then you'll be one of the first to know.